It's wet. Very, very wet. And no matter how much you prepare for tsunami wet conditions, you're gonna freaking get wet. I used 5 bottles of waterproofer on the tents, and they leak. It's fantastic. They leak. So our bags are wet. We're wet. It's cold. Massachusetts still gets cold in June. It was 42 degrees during the day yesterday. Which is yesterday was Monday. Today's Tuesday, so I'm trying to catch up. Not really sure how cold it got last night. We all stayed warm. I went and actually got us some more blankets and comforters and all sorts of fun stuff. Let's see, yesterday morning, we tried again for the birch bark fire. Thought we did it exactly like they did on the video. I don't think we did, because either that or we just suck at it. We couldn't get it to light. But today is the start of Condom Week, also known as Not Sex Ed Week. There are 21 uses for a condom, not including sex, obviously, that you can use as survival in the wilderness, and they stay dry. You want to make sure you get the non-lubricated, spermicide-free ones, even though it takes a 1/4 cup of spermicide to actually harm you. You still really don't. You want that in your drinking water if you're trying to hold water with it, or in your dry goods. Condom makes great tinder for fire. We did that yesterday. And Jordan did. She lit it up, and it'll stay lit for quite a while. It'll give you time to get all the other the kindling caught up. So we did that. We had to move sites because, and I knew this, you know, water rises quicker than you think. I thought we were further enough away. We were pretty far. We weren't. So it was pretty little sound at night, but when the pouring rain started to hit, and it was like in the 12th hour, it got pretty high. So yesterday we moved our camp. That took most of the day. We moved back to the old area that we were in. It's away from the water, which kind of sucks, but it's not too bad of a trek down to it. So that shouldn't be a problem, but we're up here on the very top of the mountain, so it should stay pretty dry as far as rising water. Obviously, the rain coming from the sky is still an issue, but tomorrow it's supposed to let up. Actually, tonight, I believe, around 6 p.m. I've been trying to go down to the bottom of the mountain and look at the weather, because that's the only place we really get signal. Let's see. Let's see, we moved. Oh, we put our MREs together for the rest of the week. So that was fun. Tested them out. They did well. They really did. We had more than enough to eat in them. They have everything from Capri Suns, beef jerky, stuff that you can cook on the fire, like rice and potatoes and stuff like that. Soup, chili, mac and cheese, ravioli, and then there's also granola bars and a piece of candy. Who gave me that idea? Candy. I don't remember. I'll give you a shout out in the next video once I look it up. Karen. Karen, thank you for the candy idea. They love it. So after we get the camp set up, we cooked dinner, and we were all freezing and cold. So we got the new blankets. We went into the huge tent. We all sat in there. We talked. I went over the skills of the day. One of them, other than holding the dry goods with the condoms, was a slingshot. You take a Y stick, and you take the condom and one condom and put it on one stick, duct tape it around, and have it coming out. And you do the same thing on the other side. So you have 2 condoms coming out the Y of the stick. Then you take paracord and tie between them, and you can use it as a slingshot to kill small game if you're desperate. Another thing, I told them, keep food in it to keep it dry, matches, stuff like that. You can use it in the normal fashion, like put it on like you regularly would if you're crossing through questionable waterways, which is kind of like the same idea as using it for sex. And the tender, of course, as I already mentioned. I taught them how to tie off the condom if they're going to be holding stuff in it. You want to get a stick the size of your thumb, and you tie a knot around that. As the condom pulls with tension, it'll go down on the stick, and it is a lot easier to get it untangled as well. So that's a good way. You can tie it regularly too, but you're gonna have a hard time trying to get the latex, and it's not worth it. Especially if it's about to rain, you're trying to get a fire started, you have your matches in there, you don't want to be fiddling around with the condom. But you also don't want to break it open and, waste that container. It's so useful. So many things. So after that, we all wrote in our journals and talked about some of the stuff that we've learned. We've already learned a lot, and it's been a week. So I can only imagine by October where we're going to be. I read books, went to sleep. Oh, sad note. I didn't think it would get this cold. But it did. We wanted to bring our entire family out here. I'll try not to get choked up. But we brought the fish. And they were betta fish, Froggy and Moosey. And they died yesterday. Froggy died first, and then pretty certain Moosey died because of a broken heart and freezing to death. But I like to think of it as a little love story. So we had a burial at Creek by them. We took them down and said some words and put them in the water and let them flow down through the rocks and into the big pond. We all got kind of choked up about it because we've had those fish for 2 years. So that sucked. And I blame myself. A stupid idea, but what can you do? I mean, bettas technically aren't supposed to be living past 2 years anyway, so it's kind of a miracle that they were still alive. But it's still sad. So, Froggy, Moosey, rest in peace. Later, guys.